Welcome to Vlogmas Day 6.
It's a lot of numbers.
Hello and welcome to About 6 Acres. I'm Juana.
I'm Nick.
I'm Josh.
And this is Vlogmas Day 6. It's so exciting. We've run out of fingers. Today the intent had been to go shopping for a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but the place we wanted to go to closes midday.
However, we also wanted to make a wreath.
Yeah, so we're going to go forage for some foliage, branches. What else do you call it?
Wreath
Nature.
stuff.
Wreath stuff. Nature things.
I think we found some good branches that we can take off.
These are actually really pretty. What are these, Nick?
They're all the cedar elms.
This one looks different than the other ones.
Juniper. Could be difference between male and female.
Ooh, but this one's really pretty, so I think we should cut some of these.
I think we just cut them big, and then when we get it back to the table, we can cut them into the smaller, like hand-sized pieces. Want some of these?
Yeah, it looks a little bit pretty, like different colored. I think it's all the same thing, it just looks different. We're trying to find a little bit of variety, but I don't know that we necessarily have very many species in here.
I think this is a young like cedar elm that's like more wispy. Nice different texture. Let's see if I can get a piece. Dead piece on it. We don't want that. That's like a, what is it, webworm? Cocoon? So we don't want those webworm moths. Get off there.
This is the wax myrtle, and so we're thinking of cutting some to act like picks because they have those beautiful blueberries. It's kind of hard to see, but here's one right there. That's a nice loaded branch.
Yeah, gosh.
And then I think we get a little bit of this, just again for a different texture. So we decided we're just gonna work outside to make it easier rather than bringing all of this in. Nick's already gone through some of the branches just to make sure that there were no big bugs on there. So we're gonna cut these a little bit smaller. What we have is basically a wreath form, and this one you got at Walmart, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, so it's 20-inch, and I think this is probably gonna be a good size. I know that they have them in different sizes. I have some floral wire, which I think I have some upstairs. But I have some floral wires that we're gonna basically make little bunches, bundle them up, and then that's how we're gonna attach them to it.
Brings back memories of my grandparents' farm they had in New York. During the Christmas season, they would set up Christmas trees and make homemade wreaths. And so the grandkids, everybody would help out. They would have this, my grandpa would have this old table that he made that would basically clamp down the little bunches onto the wreath form, and then my grandma would decorate, so we would be responsible for cutting the little bunches. So we'd cut them, depending on the size of the wreath, you know, we'd cut them about that size, little longer than like your hand length. So cool memories. So I'll just gotta cut these, make little piles. And so the ones with like the thicker stems. That'll sort of be like your back piece that you layer other stuff on to make your bundle. Make some piles.
I think it's very easy to make a bow when it's wired. The ribbon that I had, I got at an estate sale one summer, and so it's not wired. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to make it so that it looks good, you know, for a bow, and also without the wire to help me.
So where are you trying to cut?
These are already cut.
Oh, look, there's a little...
Leaf-footed bug.
Is that a stink bug?
Here, leaf-footed ones.
Leaf flutters?
These are already cut, yes. So what's on the floor?
Okay.
That's what's gotta be good. Probably from the tips, so like that. That's too.
So like here. 'Cause these are kind of long.
Yeah, that's fine. A lot of it's gonna be hidden.
On these, there's the leaves up top, and then there's the berries. Do you want me to cut like the leaves and then do one where it's like the berry? You know what I'm saying? Like this would be trimmed, and then you have a trim where it's a berry
A
thing.
lot of the berries are falling off.
Oh, that's sad. Well, we'll use what we can. Remember one year we had a contest, we all decorated a wreath?
Isn't it grandma there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we all did it, right?
Like
We had like
That was
like
fun.
David and
Yeah, David and Bibi were there too. So one year we went to Michael's and basically bought the same wreath, like everyone got a wreath, and then we picked out decorations for it. So I think we each spent like $5 on it because the wreath was like $1. And then everyone went and spent and got whatever decorations they wanted to do their wreath on, and all of them were so different. But I think like whoever went traditional was the one that won. I think you went very, very traditional.
I think it was grandma.
Yeah, yeah. So that person won, and I think it's just because of the vibrant colors of Christmas. And this was many years ago.
I got gypped. Got gypped.
His was very pretty. I don't know what was wrong with mine, but
Who did you have on your team?
Grandma and you won. I don't know. I don't know who was on my team. I think I might have been by myself. It was a lot of fun though. We're just gonna try to mix and match them so you get quite a bit of texture in each one. And maybe not all of them get that. Maybe just like this. You said this is what you used, right?
Yeah, so the thicker stems was sort of your bottom layer that you can attach things to.
So I think the key is just having the different textures, right? It's some wire. We probably should have gotten a thicker gauge of wire.
That's all they got.
That's all they got, lady. So if you have this really thin wire, then I definitely would make it longer. I think usually it's like 6 inches, but I would go almost like a foot, just to make sure. My hands are all sappy. All right, so we got one bundle done. I didn't have much success with the bow, but Nick had a lot of success getting all of the little bunches done. So he's working on another bunch now because he wants to have some extras for when we actually start tying it all onto the wreath form. Nick has finished bundling all of them. They look like this. And we have the form. And so we're going to start doing one at a time. And I kind of set them up on the other side, kind of how I want it. And we have an extra. So we're just going to do them one at a time to the form. And the form has it has a right side and a back side. So we are going to attach with the floral wire, which again I feel like we have a heavier duty gauge one, but this is what we have right now. So that's what we're going to work with. And I think this is going to be a bit of trial and error.
Get it tight.
Disappears. The first one. We're going to keep working on the other ones and then come back and show you when we're done. So that one's there. Next. We're at the halfway point and I needed some help because securing it with that little wire is actually a little bit more difficult than I thought. So we have it done, and really Nick did most of the work. We're trying to decide, we're lifting it up to decide where the bow is going to go. It wasn't as easy as when you were working at the farm, right? To do this one bow, this one wreath.
Yeah, because the forms that we had, they were like a large steel gauge wire, and then they had these U-prongs that were welded to it, so then you just take the bundles. You didn't have to tie it with wire or anything. You just stick the ends of the bundles in there, and you put it in the little clamp, and you step on it, and it clamps it, and then you basically just go around. So grandkids would make the little bundles, and Grandpa would get on there and just load the bundles on and just
so none of
churn
this,
out reeds.
Yeah, none of this like twisting wire,
my
wrapping.
grandma would do all the the cranberries and the bows and things like that you would put in there, and that would do a little wrapping, but
yeah. So this is what it looks like. Again, we used 3 different things from our property. We used some of the wax myrtle. We used, I don't know if that's called loblolly pine or if it's called Virginia pine.
no, it's probably longleaf pine because it's
Longleaf pine.
Long needles.
Yeah, and then we use that juniper or
Red cedar, which is not really a cedar, but it smells like cedar.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely different. So we will keep an eye on this because I think that the wax myrtle will probably start to dry off really quickly. But overall, I mean, it is very, very pretty. I think now we just hold it up and decide where we should put. I'm gonna do it from this side. Here, maybe?
Yeah, put it down there.
Okay.
So in the ball spot.
So we're gonna put the wreath, the bow in the bold spots. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So there it is, our new Christmas wreath, using things that we foraged. Castanets.
My fingers are all sappy, but it smells so good.
You're such a weirdo. It was relatively easy to do.
Yeah, it's just finding the things that you want to cut. See what's on your property. Very easy. It smells awesome.
So for the cost of a form, which like Nick said, you can get at the dollar store, pretty inexpensive, some floral wire, and then a little ribbon if you want it, you can have your own homemade wreath using stuff from your own property. So it just makes it that much special. The one thing that I did learn is, first, I don't like floral wire.
That's hard. It's not like string. You gotta pull tight, twist, wrap, pull tight, twist.
There's just a lot. And then the other thing is that you need more bunches than what you think you need. You will use more bunches than what you think. So when we had laid it out and we were ready to attach, I think we had 10 bunches and I was like, it's perfect. When we actually started doing it, we wound up using 15. So we had to do 5 more, which is fine because it looks nice and full. But this is it. Thank you so much for watching Vlogmas Day 6.
And as always, you are awesome and you are loved.
Until tomorrow.